We've all heard the phrase, if you put your mind to something, anything is possible. But for many people, that doesn't feel like a reality. Well, my next guest this morning says, with the right system in place, anything is possible. Brandon Willington is a rising star and entrepreneur in Australia, and he's joining us this morning to share more. Good morning, Brandon. How you doing, my friend?
Thanks for having me.
It's a pleasure. Now, for people out there who are watching right now who may not be too familiar with you, what would you say is what you do, what your background is?
So a lot of business owners get really confused by lead generation with Facebook or Google ads. They know they need to run ads to generate more leads to keep the lights on, but they log into the interface, get confused, and then they usually just delegate it to an agency that doesn't work out for a number of reasons. They don't move as fast as a business owner. They don't understand the customer like them. They're not as financially incentivized as the business owner is, and they go through 2, 3, 4 agencies and none of them get them any results. And so I've been saying this whole time, you could do a better job yourself and set up and running workshops, and me and my team could teach you, I think at this stage, over 2,500 business owners generate their own leads.
That's very cool. Now going back to your background and how you kind of implemented the system and that saying of, if you put your mind to anything is possible. You've been very open with where you were originally back in the day and where you come to. Do you mind sharing with our viewers at home that kind of debt that you were in and how you overcame that?
Yeah, so about 2 years ago, about $250,000 in debt to the ATO, which if you're here, it's the Australian Taxation Office, because I grew a really convoluted business. I overhired, had too many staff members, and really what got me into that position was just feelings. I just felt like I needed to hire more people, but it was feelings that got me into it, but math got me out of it. And simply working out what my wages and revenue ratios need to be, what my gross profit is on different offers, and just decided to go all in on this one offer rather than selling 27 different things. That's when we were able to get out of that debt.
Yeah, there might be people watching right now who feel particularly stuck, and maybe in a system like that they'd say, the lights go off and say that's exactly the struggle I'm going through right now. What would you say to those people, and how do you have something in place that might get to help them?
It's a good question. Like when I was in that situation, obviously, understandably, it was incredibly stressful. I was always just focused on making the next day, making sure I never missed payroll on Monday, just focusing on that. And what I actually did, like I said, feelings got me into it, math got me out. I just had a simple Google sheet, which is my ideal P&L statement. And I looked at it every single morning at 8 a.m. just to make sure we were on track to be profitable for that month. And I looked at it every single morning at 8 a.m. because accounting can be a lag indicator. You don't find out you weren't profitable last month until you reconcile accounts a month later.
Right.
And once I decided to go all in on this one offer, it was really, admittedly, quite boring to grow the business and make it as profitable as it is now. It was just spend more ads. Like if you have a system where you know reliably you spend $1 on ads and you get $5 back out, you're kind of crazy not to just put more money into that machine. And so it's always just about spending more on ads. Like right now, I'm currently spending $35,000 a day on ads profitably. I'm furious I can't spend because I need to hire more sales reps, hire more talented ad specialists, and then just spending more on ads and growing the business.
Lucky for our friends who are watching right now, you have an easily digestible book that explains more about your system and how to implement this.
Yeah.
What kind of other workshop ideas or other systems are in place in that book that people can learn more about? Tell us more about the book.
Yeah, so the reason I read the book is every single major movement in history was marked by a book. And I really think that this is the exodus of business owners that are, leaving their agencies and doing a better job themselves. And I wanted something that even if I'm gone, it lives on past, because, if you can become more than just a man, you can become an ideal and they can't stop you, then you become something else entirely. And I wanted something that business owners could easily digest and understand, this isn't that complicated. And so it's my 10 principles and philosophies for advertising that make lead generation really simple.
Again, for people who may feel that they are stuck in a rut, but they can achieve something. Clearly you have something that you've lived through yourself. Is that the main goal of the book and the main goal of you doing workshops that you're here in the US right now to go and speak to other people?
Yeah, absolutely. Like if anyone's in that stuck situation, I was doom scrolling Instagram this morning, there was some quote that popped up. It was, winners never quit and quitters never win. And so if you're in that stuck situation, really all it is about, you just get to be like, I got out of that situation because I was just stuck. Wasn't going to let up. I was like, we're getting out of this one way or another, and I'm not quitting.
Very quickly, tell us about the workshops you're doing right now in the US before we have to, unfortunately, leave you with this conversation.
Yeah, so we sit down with business owners for 2 days, build out their Google ads and then Meta ads so they can generate their own leads, and then we hold their hand for months afterwards to make sure their ads are always improving and filling the pipeline.
That's great. Well, Brandon, thanks so much for your time. Pleasure chatting with you.
Thank you.
To learn more about Brandon, his company, the workshops, and his new book, just visit whereyou.com.au.